All right, welcome to the Memory Team weekly meeting. It is August 31st. Jump right into it. So from the retro standpoint, the retro recording is going to happen here in a couple days. So still need feedback from Alexi, Nicola, and Camille, and I will follow up with Nicola when he gets back tomorrow. It's the end of the month, so I need to go in and review, or we need to go in and review the OKRs. So I figured we'd run through them real quick here. The first one in our list is the 70% say-do ratio. Does anybody have questions on what that actually means? The quick overview is we hit 70% of what we say we are going to deliver in a milestone. And one thing that we need to do is come to an agreement on when we mark items as deliverables. I think what last milestone we went through at the beginning of the milestone and marked items as deliverables, but we have not done this milestone. So I figured we could do that right now. So if we run through them real quick, not all of these are assigned, but this one was just added, this milestone. Camille, I don't know if you're there, but will this be a deliverable for this milestone?
Sorry, I did turn on my camera. Yes, I'm actually have the open MR for that.
Okay.
So like I kind of created this issue to have like the issue for the MR that I created earlier.
Cool, thank you. Dynamic image resizing proof of concept. We're planning on closing this one out, this milestone, correct? Alexi, it's got your name on it.
It's yours, yeah.
Sorry, could you please repeat? It distracted. Yes, this one, you're asking if it will be delivered in this milestone?
Yes.
I think it should, because I have a feature flag merge request on review, and after that, we are ready to run some.
Okay. Feature gate, Matthias, I guess it's assigned to Alexi. Probably.
Actually, this is the one I was mentioning. So let me check, like 13.4. How many days do we have? 17. Okay, I think, yeah, this one is almost ready. So it's ready to be meshed.
Okay. Looks like you opened up this one, Alexi.
This one, I put it on hold because we are not sure about GM is being used in our solution. So actually I checked it, it's not available. So technically speaking, we could even close it and reopen a new issue to ask for edit to Helm charts for our Helm folks.
Yeah, I mean, there will be, so it's a bit unfortunate. I mean, we will talk about it anyway, right? But we had like change course quite a bit.
Feel free to close it. Feel free to close it.
Yeah, but we will have something similar to it, right? Because if whatever we do for dynamic scaling, if we do dynamic scaling, there will be dependencies that need to be installed into containers. But it's not just Helm. Yeah.
But technically speaking, for this issue, we like finished our goal because we found that it's not available, and we need to ask like our distribution folks to edit. So I feel like I could close this one.
Okay.
If you want, I will do this after the meeting.
All right. So you'll close it later on then, Alexi?
Okay. Yes.
Cool. Feature flags. Both of these are Camille. Are these going to be delivered in 13.4?
Yes. So I mean, they're all out ones, right? The features are stripped. I kind of need to remove the feature flag for these features. Like the issue is there because like I didn't uncheck. I didn't check the last items, which is like removal from the code base.
Okay.
I'm kind of waiting a few more days to ensure that there is nothing wrong, but except the first report from some person saying that the behavior changed, but I agree that this is the right behavior. There was no further reports on that. I mean, like we received a bug report stating that there is a bug because behavior changed, but I agree with the new behavior as an expected outcome. So interesting.
Okay. Let's see, image scaling, Matthias, you get the next two.
Yeah, we kind of need to fix that, right? So yeah, I think, yeah, that should be deliverable for 13.4.
Both of them?
And this one as well, yeah.
Okay. And then back to, no, it's Nicola. Does anybody know this one?
It's really tricky with this stuff because we don't know if we're even going to ship this, right? So I don't think we should flag it as a deliverable because this is more like kind of like a plan B at the moment.
Okay, that makes sense then. Matthias, you're probably closest to this one.
This is actually going well. Like Chinyu did some really good sleuthing there, and he found, I think he has a pretty good lead on what might be causing this, and he has a proposal as well for how to fix it, and it also got just approved by security. So it looks like we might be getting a fix out for this for 30.4. Okay. So I think we'll try to ship a fix with 13.4. Yeah.
Okay, and I'll follow up with him on his issues for deliverable later on today. All right. This one's you, Matthias.
Yeah, so I kind of need to redo that, but I still want to do it in this milestone. It shouldn't be too hard because we changed the way we integrate with graphics magic. We need to do it in a different way now. But yeah, I think we can do it.
Oh, dynamic. Is this one gonna make it in 13.4?
I think we'll. I have my doubts. I mean, we will. No, probably not. No, this is the feature flag issue. No, that's not going to happen. I think so. We will have this feature flag for.
Okay. This isn't even within our group. That one's probably not going to happen. That's not a deliverable. Probably not going to happen. What about this last one, image resizing? Estimate related CPU and storage.
No, I don't know about it. I think it maybe we keep like pushing this issue every discussion. So I think we either need to close it or maybe rephrase it or maybe even to move to the next milestone. Because initially it was like in a planning bunch. So when we try to lay out the possible things we need to learn about image resizing, but it seems like we need to push it forward for now.
Yeah, I actually wonder how much time we should spend on this.
Yeah, maybe we just need to check how it would unfold in metrics and so on.
Yeah.
The result.
Okay, I moved it forward. I will update those, and then we have two more to review. So realm on GitLab, that's probably not going to happen in this milestone. I'm just going to move that forward. I don't think we're going to get to this one, Josh.
Yeah, understood.
I don't even recall looking at this one. Oh, I remember it now. Yeah, this one's not going to make it either. Okay, that's it. Cool. All right, so back to OKRs. So convert to training maintainers. So I'm talking with folks individually on this one. I have two definite plans from two folks on where they are, and the other two I need to talk to about their timelines. So, and when we talk, it's all about your comfort level. I'm not trying to force anyone into converting to maintainer this quarter or any preconceived timeline I may have. So if it feels like I'm pressuring you, please, I'm not. I just want to know, I just want a representative timeline, where you feel, how far along you feel you are, so that we can update the issues accordingly. Let's see, next one, implement 2 memory performance related improvements. So image processing is progressing. When this percentage here is what the progress that we need to indicate how far we are along on the OKR, and I just haven't updated it yet. I'm not sure what I would put there. 70% would indicate successfully done with that OKR, and it just needs to be accurate at the end of the quarter. If we did not get to them, if we don't successfully close out the OKR, we just explain why. Like if we got distracted by something else or prioritized on something else, I will update it in the KR. But we're making the right progress here. We're progressing on image processing, and I think Nicola switched over to cache SQL calls last week, and Chinyu will start contributing to that once he's done with the telemetry work. So any questions on that one? Nope. All right. The lessons learned, knowledge sharing, I don't think anybody's had any time to spend on this one. We do have the one MR that Matthias wrote up in the handbook about team processes, common themes. Thank you. That was an awesome write-up. The roadmap is out there, and I have a link at the bottom of the page. And the other one, I was going to work on an example of like decision logs, like some of the bigger projects that we worked on. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I think I'll probably just do a brief outline linking back to MRs and issues that we've done in the past. So it's not basically rewriting all the content of the issues that we already have. So it seems like unnecessary effort. So I will try and get a first example out there if nobody else gets to it this month. So any questions on KRs? All right, jump over to progress update. From the feature flag standpoint, after talking to Camille and some other folks, I've gotten involved to help organize finishing this up and hand off long-term ownership. It's not something that should stick with the memory team, it's something that Camille's working on right now, but doesn't fall into our charter. It seems like the delivery team would be the most likely owner going forward after talking to a couple managers. And then Camille had a comment about be largely complete in this milestone. Camille, you want to verbalize?
Yes, so basically we have the timeline, and like by saying complete, we're gonna require the new feature flag process basically. And this is what I'm kind of anticipating for the complete. I'm kind of still pushing small improvements till that time happens of the things that I see. But 1.0 happens really of this workflow when we make it required, which is currently planned for end of this milestone, basically.
Cool. All right. And you've got GitLab Pages and GitLab Runner, so you get the next two.
Yes, I'm kind of self-inflicted myself into this, especially if you look why in the second comment. I got myself inflicted because of the two reasons. One is the object storage, and which I kind of asked if we could do zip because it opens a few interesting opportunities. And the second one, like there was like discussion about the docs GitLab.com, which is using GitLab Pages, and there were discussion about moving docs GitLab.com out of the GitLab Pages, where I try to convince people that it's a bad idea and we should rather look for a person external to the Pages team to implement some features. So we actually got a candidate that did go very far into implementing one of the missing features. So like me and the Pages team, we are helping that person to finish that work and ship. The feature that was kind of asked is like the redirect support. We're using Netlify format of the redirects. It was one of the 2 requirements for that the docs GitLab team do require for the doc gitlab.com. Second one, which is like multi-pages support per project, it's gonna be actually possible with the object storage zip architecture. So like these 2 tracks really like long-term should solve the doc gitlab.com deficiency that they are, not really deficiency, that the problems that they are struggling with. Quick summary, if you're interested about the thread, there is this issue with a note. You can read more about like the course of action that did happen. And GitLab Runner, I'm still like runner maintainer. So I'm kind of started reviewing some of the runner MRs about AfterScript and canceling state support, trying to help the people like move that along, because it was something that was kind of slipped for like probably half a year or even more already. So my involvement there is like pretty little, but it still takes some time to do these reviews and go through this POC of canceling state that I added. That's from me.
Okay. I'm not sure who added the image resizing section.
I just copy and pasted that from above because I had written it under the do and was a say do ratio. Anyway, yeah. So we have a working implementation that uses seccomp as the security team requested. So which is like a binary that we own and build, and it uses libgraphicsmagick, so not the CLI tool. So we don't shell out to GraphicsMagick anymore, but we embed the library with our own binary that we build. So it's working. There's a couple open issues, like for instance, we need to make sure it runs everywhere first. So it's like the build isn't even working right now. Because we need to make these libraries available. And also there's the question of macOS, which is not officially a supported platform, but a lot of developers use it. So they wouldn't even be able to build workhorse anymore. So that's not good. So yeah, so a couple things to fix, but it's yeah, it's progressing. And we have a sync with security team, yeah, in like half an hour or so. I don't know, Alexei, if you wanted to add anything.
No.
All right. I'm not sure if either Matthias or Chinyu added this one or telemetry.
Chinyu added this. Yeah, I think I mentioned that one earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was about like looking into why all these requests to Prometheus fail, and there's some indication that this might be due to SSL handshake failures, or like we do not expect, we never built this with SSL in mind, HTTPS in mind. So apparently, yeah, much larger group of customers than we anticipated are running Prometheus, the embedded Prometheus behind an like an SSL proxy, like Nginx or something like that. So yeah, so then this whole discussion started about like, yes, certificate management and all that stuff. And it looks like a simple option might be to just disable these checks. Yeah, because there's no like sensitive data really that crosses the wire there. So it should be okay. Multi-node, yeah, I know Chinyu is still working on this. I'm not sure what the progress is there.
Okay. Josh, you still with us?
I am.
Okay. I was going to ask you, so I'll just ask in this meeting, is there any more follow-up? I think you were going to have a meeting on Friday about running GitLab in a memory constrained environment and the urgency level on that one. So it keeps coming up. So.
Yep. Yeah. So Sid feels strongly about this. He feels like we are being disrupted from below by Git primarily. I would like to see us get to 2 gigs. I did express that I think the comments you hear about GitLab on Hacker News and places that we are bloated and too heavy are likely talking about memory consumption and performance and package size. So I think you kind of need to address all three, which we're working on to really kind of address the challenge of GitHub disrupting from below. But I think if we can start making some progress after we work on the imagery sizing, that would be good. If we find some other big opportunity to improve performance, I'm happy to reevaluate that prioritization and get Sid for his buy-in on that prioritization. But for now, he's on board with finishing imagery sizing and then picking up the Ruby 2.7 and the pre-forking, or the forking before, preloading before forking work next. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I can link to that epic.
And it sounds like from GitHub, the Ruby 2.7 improvements have performance improvements embedded them as well. I was flipping through some of the Ruby 3x3 stuff where they want to make it 3 times faster than in Ruby 3.0. So we'll see. But I imagine we'll get some performance benefits as well, along with the Ruby 2.7 stuff.
Okay. That is.
Any concerns on that from anyone on the team? No? Okay.
That is what we have.
I think I said 13.7, so that's the next checkpoint in Sid's mind for the preloading.
Okay. To start, right? Not to complete.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
we'll see where we're at, but
yep.
13.7 would be what? Is that November, December? I think. 13.4 is September, 5 October, 6
December.
November. Yeah, December. So it'd be end of year. Yep.
Okay. That's it for what's on the agenda. Any other topics anybody wants to cover today? Nope. See a couple heads shaking. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good Monday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.